Go the fuck yourself.
Wow, starting off the podcast with a lot of racism. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of all the people who apologize for that. Good lord.
Oh wait,
mean-
I'm the bad one. Yeah, I'm the bad one. Not the militiaman or the person who's pretty much
Wait,
talks about feminism.
wait. Does anybody have? Is there feedback for anyone else?
No, I'm not getting any. Like echo?
Yeah, no. Do you hear that?
No.
No.
Are you getting tinnitus like I did? Is it infecting you through the fucking?
No, here.
computer?
I was watching our own cast. That's why.
Oh.
So that's just genius. I love it.
See, I would never do that voluntarily. So.
Like your desktop image though.
Yeah, I have done a real presentation this time, not just the 7th or 8th edition of the kill list.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That list still could use more people.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly because Arc server that I usually play on is down. So just a
Yeah, it's
fair
been down
warning.
for a while, hasn't it?
About a day.
Yeah, I needed a break because it just keeps screwing me over when it comes to ankylosauruses.
Oh, I'll help you tame one.
Well, no, I tamed one and then it glitch killed it in the water.
Ooh.
It just stopped being able to swim like 3 feet from the shore, and I couldn't go any other direction, and it just eventually ran out of stamina and drowned.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Yeah,
but my guy was completely fine and didn't lose air. It's just so fucking frustrating.
Well,
It was like, God damn it.
Today's presentation is called Testing the Waters by Class Corp. So, water doesn't have to be boring. Here at Class Corp, our motto is that life doesn't have to be boring. And with our line of Mio water enhancers, we made even the most mundane liquid exciting. So now we're taking water and making it super duper exciting. That's right, we're going where no imaginary corporation has gone before. We're about to make history.
Awesome.
So here's the introduction. Haven't you ever wanted to drift into a deep, deep sleep from which deep physical trauma won't wake you? Haven't you ever dreamed of the day where you wouldn't have to sit up at night for hours on end trying to fall asleep after a hard night of partying?
Oh, I
Here
would
it
love
is.
that.
Introducing the Mio Liquid Water Enhancer Sleep Flavored. So yes, it's here. The next generation of water enhancement technology has allowed us to create a sleep enhancer that will give the consumer the gift of a good rest with minimal effort.
Is this like a dating aid as well?
So I'm about to answer that. The best part of this is the versatility, you know. As per with all of our products, you can put as much or as little as you want. It's completely up to you how you use this product, and Class Corp is 100% innocent of any harm that comes to a consumer as a result of this. Seriously, we don't care a goddamn bit about how you use this, really. It's none of our business. No, seriously, we should change our slogan to Class Corp. It's none of our business because we really don't know or want to know how you're going to use this product, so don't tell us. Right hand to God, our back is turned, do whatever. So the sciencey
Subtle,
stuff.
real
Our
subtle.
formula uses a combination of redacted and redacted to sedate anyone who drinks it, for hours or minutes, depending on the dosage. That's anyone. So just pour and enjoy, then fall into a deep, deep sleep, then do whatever you want. It's up to you.
All right.
Thank you for
Nice.
viewing. I'll now be taking any questions.
So how does it work for babysitting? Have anybody had any good results for babysitting with that?
I would know nothing about that. If you want to use it for babysitting, that's your prerogative. Not my business.
I like how I'm head distributor on that one.
Yeah.
And my name is Harthenberg.
Yep. A Breaking Bad joke for us, if those for us that watched it, which is me and Angle, I think, not Stabby.
Yeah. It's a shame on Stabby.
And I wish Mike was here. I thought this was pretty clever. Mike Amphetamine.
That is
right.
actually quite clever. I like
Couldn't think
that.
of a name for you though. I was looking through a list of drug slang. I just couldn't find anything that sounded close enough to
Well,
class hole.
you should have done K-hole.
Oh.
Going down a K-hole is slang for taking, I believe it's ketamine.
Is this from some sort of teaching, or is this from experience?
It's from something.
Allegedly experience.
Actually, I wouldn't never take that. I think all it does is just make you fucking like zone, like sort of like in a coma, waking coma for like an hour or two or something. Is what I've heard it described as.
That's gotta be weird.
Yeah, ketamine sounds awful.
Yeah.
Well, it's like horse tranquilizer, if I'm not mistaken. But really, how fucked up is your life if that's the escape you want? I'd like to be incapable of any and all actions for the next couple of hours, but I'd like to be aware during the whole time.
Shit.
Drugs.
So it's like getting possessed.
I know, but by a really boring ghost.
Awesome.
By a ghost like, I just want to sit around today. Maybe the ghost partied yesterday.
So
he's just too tired.
So really, like, all the paranormal movies are just people on ketamine and they get recorded?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That's all they're doing.
Well, alien abductions is usually a result of what's the sleep disorder? It's like a weird thing where you wake up, but the your body wakes your brain up before you've purged all of the melatonin from your system.
I know what it's.
And generally, that makes people think they've had a out-of-body experience or an alien abduction experience. So the two most common, sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so essentially, like, melatonin keeps your body from moving around too much while you're asleep. Otherwise, if you were running in your dreams, you'd literally be running in real life. You just wouldn't be awake or aware of what you were doing. So who knows where you'd run? Like, they've had people like that sleepwalk that have driven cars and stuff because their melatonin isn't working.
Well,
or the system that makes it isn't.
Was it? I have a story about that, at least a little bit. Where I was on a trip with some friends, and we're all, we share the beds because we're college students. We don't give a fuck. And my buddy's sleeping in this one bed with another friend of mine, and he's really a restless sleeper. I'm guessing it's something like that, where his melatonin doesn't work properly or he doesn't get enough of it. Because, man, that guy is, like, almost flipping back and forth in bed. I could hear it. I'm not even sleeping next to the guy, and I can hear it. And so it's about 4 in the morning. Actually, probably about 5 because the sun's maybe just rising or something like that. And I look over because I'm hearing him shuffle. I'm like, oh shit, is he awake by now? And what I see is his arm kind of just rise up as like if he was extending it away from him completely, and then just go straight down and land on my friend that's sleeping next to him. Like, he almost just bitch slaps my friend. Because for whatever fucking reason, that's like, I can't understand like why, like how our bodies work that way, but I guess it's
definitely an underproduction of melatonin in that case.
I mean, it was funny as hell, but
or just wanted an excuse to slap that guy, and so he pretended to be asleep.
Whatever his fetishes are, that's none of my business.
Yeah, but it was like straight on letting gravity do the work for you. Bring down the hammer kind of shit. It was really funny.
That guy must have some interesting dreams, that's for certain.
Yeah, really. Well, he did end up being a prison guard.
A prison guard or a prisoner?
Prison guard.
Oh, okay, because it sounded like you said prisoner, and I was just like, well, okay. You were cheerful about that.
Prison guard. Prison guard.
All right. I have a good story referring back to the presentation.
Oh, cool. Is it about meal water? Or
3-month-old dies during first day at NYC daycare.
Oh,
nice. How is that relevant?
Hold on. So the lady drops her 3-month-old son off at the Soho daycare, and when they come back, they find out he's dead. There's no obvious signs of trauma. They're still doing the autopsy, but the daycare is saying that he went down for a nap and just didn't wake up.
Oh, shit.
That is no problem of class corpse, I assure you.
I'm just saying, class corpse, it's effective.
Class corpse, like corpses.
Class corpse.
Oh man, sorry, that was really dark.
Yeah, really. This is like you want here. Here's something that might be relevant to what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah,
Here's
like
a dead
we're
baby.
talking about light, airy stories of our friend sleepwalking or whatever, and then bam, 3-month-old baby dies.
Well, it was about sleep. The baby went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the deep sleep. Oh.
So here's an interesting story that I found. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. An actual California judge ruled against one of those California courts or California campus courts on sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that. A student who's ever accused of sexual assault.
Yeah, because it's better to just kick him. Like it's better to kick him out than to
actually prove anything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not releasing the name of the people, but he ruled in favor of the guy who said that the hearing was ridiculous. I mean, that's not how he put it, but here's some interesting things. The campus court decided to limit the amount of questions that the person who was accused was allowed to ask. The panel chair was whoever headed up the campus court basically reviewed the questions and just determined whether or not it would be asked and answered. He ruled that was completely unacceptable because you have to give the person the right to confront their accuser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, all those conventional law thingies that have been keeping us.
Due process.
Due process. Yeah, all those things that make our legal system functional. We're not going to have those.
The panel limited the amount of information that was allowed to be exposed during the trial, including their relationship after, claiming that their relationship after the encounter was not relevant.
Wait, like they were dating afterwards?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh.
It sort of leads you to believe that, but they don't really specify it. But whatever their relationship is post this particular encounter, it does have bearing on how you rule.
Yeah, I guess
it allows you to show a narrative that's more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whether it's positive or negative, like if they're still in or whatever the relationship may be. Yeah, it is. It might still be relevant to some extent.
The judge also ruled that it was unacceptable for the school to prevent the accused to examine and cross-examine the people or examine the evidence that was brought against him prior to it, all of the evidence, because they didn't show him all of the evidence, so he wasn't privy to it before the actual hearing. So here's this guy, he's accused of this, and he's given his opportunity to present his defense, and he wasn't shown all of the evidence that was to be brought against him.
Oh wow, it's
ridiculous.
Painfully against. Oh my god.
The school's complaint resolution officer, who did the initial investigation, wasn't present at the hearing, and he wasn't allowed to question her.
What?
Yeah. So the person who did the investigation for all of this stuff, and every time they put evidence, they put it in quotations, by the way.
Jesus. So did they have him do this whole thing? Wally's handstanding. Was that the other stipulation? This is getting ridiculous. Why not? You can't do that.
He was also not given the names of witnesses interviewed by the investigator, or all of Jane's statements, the person who was accusing him prior to the hearing.
Wow, that's.
Just take the point of this. Just kick him out.
Yeah.
You gotta make it as cookie cutter as like the regular due process. That's really it. Just follow the same rules.
They called it a kangaroo court, and it's a very accurate statement.
Yeah.
Realistically, what I think should happen is campuses should be removed from this entirely, and it should all be handled by the legal system.
Yeah.
Any of these things should be brought before a court of law, period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who should make any determinations as to what happens and how it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um,
even if this is just a process to see if somebody should be able to stay in the university, it's ridiculous. They don't even get due process, so it's not that
well,
shouldn't be at all
whatever they're
allowed.
deciding should be decided after a real court has handled it, and then
Yeah,
based on the real court's decision.
yeah.
Yeah. Or even something as far as along the lines of approved by like some sort of
Um, well, you know what they could
legal
do?
system. Like
Uh, Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah. No, I'm talking a little bit, or I'm talking about if they were to somehow create, if they wanted it this way, where the universities kind of take charge with it, if it's met to a certain standard that still gives people their right of making sure all the evidence is accepted or whatever needs to be accepted, pretty much following due process as what we all should get, when anything bad happens like this.
Well, here's what I was going to say: is a good middle ground would be arbitration through an uninvolved third party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of employers will force their employees to sign an arbitration agreement, which supposedly gives them the right to prevent the employee from suing them, but to make the employee take them to arbitration first.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually, because you legally have the right to sue anybody for anything. It just, it won't necessarily have as much weight. They'll wonder why you didn't go through arbitration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can make a good enough case to say that, well, any arbitration I felt would be biased in this, and you have enough evidence, you can forego it. But arbitration, generally speaking, is really close to what you'll get in a court.
Okay.
Because a lot of the arbitrators are like ex-judges, ex-lawyers, people who are involved in the system and are, pretty versed in like due process and will give you a fair hearing.
I kind of follow that same routine.
Yeah, it's basically the same concept. It just doesn't cost as much to the state, and it doesn't cost as much to either party.
Which is probably fantastic because that shit's expensive.
Yeah, they skip a lot of the dumb parts of court. They didn't allow him to use his Fifth Amendment rights. Basically, they hold any silence against him.
Wow. That's fucking terrible. Holy shit.
And then they summed it up with, Pressman goes on in detail, this is the judge who is making the thing, on to detail the lack of evidence to support the university's finding of guilt. Specifically, he explained that Jane did not object to sexual contact per se, and only explained that it was not pleasurable for her at the time. Jane also admitted during the hearing that she voluntarily consented to John later in the day of the alleged incident. And then when he sums it up, when viewed as part of an entire narrative, the sequence of events do not demonstrate non-consensual behavior. Pressman wrote, what the evidence does show is Miss Rowe's personal regret for engaging in sexual activity beyond her boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. And it also, this is like some like when you open up and walk into this arbitration room, I imagine some kind of bizarro land where like everything's fucking backwards. You got to walk on the ceilings or something. Because
this gets way better.
It's like it feels like you've stepped into into the rabbit hole and gone down into Wonderland.
Pressman quoted from the hearings panel's finding, Jane stated that she physically wanted to have sex with the accused, but mentally wouldn't. This reservation, Pressman wrote, should not be seen as John's fault, particularly if she is indicating physically she wants to have sex.
What?
So in other words, she was very obviously physically into it, but she claimed that she didn't like it.
Her body was telling her yes.
No, in other words, she was totally participatory, but she just felt bad about it later.
Oh, yeah. If you don't give somebody any indication, you just let them keep going, especially if they're not being.
Well, not even that, but if you're participating actively in the act.
Oh yeah.
Like you're enthusiastically participating in the act, because my guess is they had a relationship afterwards, and maybe he just didn't want to go any further with it than she did, or whatever. Who knows? No, this is where it gets better. So they continuously increased John's punishment without any explanation. Okay, so upon the finding of the responsibility, John was first sanctioned to a 1-month suspension and required to attend sexual harassment training and counseling. He was also told never to contact Jane again due to the potential for ongoing harm to the complaining witness. After John appealed the ruling, his sanctions were increased to a 1-year suspension, meaning he would have to reapply to the university, and put on non-academic probation and required to attend ethics workshops on top of the original sanctions.
Yeah.
When John appealed that decision, his sanctions were increased yet again to a 1 year and 1/4 suspension. None of the additional sanctions were given any explanation. So apparently his audacity to question the court was just increasing the punishment. They just increased it over and over and over.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. You shouldn't be punished for appealing something.
Ever.
Especially
It's
if the crime
absolutely-
doesn't match
I mean-
the
Yeah,
punishment.
no,
That's
it's when the original ruling is original sentence is what you get. Like that's like you can
your punishment for the crime.
It
you
goes
can make it that 1 year and a quarter, or if you reoffend or do something, if you don't meet the certain standards, like if he, I don't know how you
like probation or something. Like if you violate your probationary, you end up going to jail for more time than you would have if you followed the instructions of the court.
Yeah, like if he didn't do the class he was the sexual harassment class he was supposed to do,
Yeah.
then I would see that being a means to extend I guess suspension or add more to it. But I mean, you can't. Yeah, as of appealing, you can't do that.
Yeah, I like the John Doe's attorney, Mark Hathaway. He released a statement. I think this statement really sums it all up pretty well, because the judge ruled against the university in this case.
Nice.
He said, it's encouraging to see courts recognizing that sexual misconduct complaints on campus cannot be resolved at the expense of constitutional rights and fundamental fairness.
So when he stepped into the college, the kangaroo court, did they give him an unbirthday cake?
Yeah. Yeah, really.
And hold on to that. A good thing.
He followed it up with, colleges and universities must treat all students fairly regardless of gender. All too often, the male student is just presumed responsible and given no access to any campus resources. Hopefully, Judge Pressman's ruling today will help correct the imbalance. I thought that was just a great case that actually, our justice system succeeded on. Woohoo!
I mean, I get it to have stuff like this needs to be in place. It is a problem. Whether it. I'm trying to make sure I don't say anything I regret, or say things that might be, I guess, misread. But it's more along the lines of, if you're gonna jump on something as serious as this, you want to do it right.
No, I mean, that was a case of obviously just an SJW court where there was no interest in the truth or justice of any kind. They literally just want to crucify men in that court, obviously. I mean, that's what they did. Especially increasing the punishment every time he questioned them. Somehow it was considering the first punishment was a month suspension, and the second one was a year.
Yeah, how dare you go through the proper channels?
It was worse that he questioned them than that he had supposedly raped some woman.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Wow, that's some NFL shit right there. that's horrible.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, when you really look at it, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, even the original sentence should be something along those lines.
The thing was, clearly nothing had actually happened illegal. Everything that happened was perfectly legal. And it was clearly a case, from even the little bit we saw there, of somebody who just regretted a situation.
Oh yeah.
And it's claiming it's rape because now they regret what they did. It's oh, come on. Obviously rape's a problem and you should deal with it. But you have to actually deal with real rape. You can't just make shit up to make yourself feel better.
No, this is definitely trivializing it. It's just, I imagine it's going to be much harder for other people who actually got raped to
absolutely.
To try to find, get justice for.
Get sympathy.
Yeah.
It's no, you just regretted it, even though, he held her down and fucking did whatever you would do there. Not that I would know, and not that Class Corp is responsible. 'Cause they're not.
God damn it! God damn it, class.
Nap time. Well, I mean, it's like
Jesus.
it encourages the MRA types, the men's rights activist bullshit.
Yeah.
Where like I've heard numbers as high as 20% they claim of rape cases are totally false reports.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, we don't know that. Like, there's been no actual research into that. No real research has been done that we could give an accurate number.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there are false cases because people are humans and humans lie, but shouldn't we research that shit before we just start throwing numbers at it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
you hear all
we
kinds
don't
of
need
numbers. It's 8%. It's 10%.
Yeah, but like cases like that are specifically what MRAs will point to. They'll be like, "Well, look at this one specific instance. That means everything else I said is correct."
Uh.
Yeah, in the
Like
way that the kangaroo courts are the opposite of real courts with real due process, they're the opposite. Just the opposite of feminists. They'll take everything they say, but then turn it around, use the same tactics and logic, pretty much, but just to come to a different conclusion.
Yeah, they're two sides of a coin, definitely heads and tails.
Yeah. I wonder who celebrates birthdays and unbirthdays, though. I've never been able to figure that out, and I've never gotten a straight answer. I want to be on
a
the side
lighter thing to share with you guys, though. I should say.
Please, because the first two have been dead babies and rape cases.
So here is 7orbetter.com. Do you have what it takes to measure up? Welcome to 7orbetter.com, the well-endowed dating site and personal service that gives you what you really want. And what is it you really want? Looks, humor, and intelligence are just an example of what initially draws us to another person. But if we are really truthful, there are other reasons. We are all attracted and drawn to size. The most common examples of greater size would be in reference to a woman's breasts or a man's manhood. This dating site is dedicated to quality singles who appreciate quality, well-endowed men. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Jesus fucking Christ, that's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Who should we be? Who are we looking for?
I'm looking for
I like
bi-female.
For
It's
what?
the last on the list.
Looking for a bi-female? All right. Country?
United States.
Of the...
Okay.
Oh.
Between the ages of what? We have 21 to 55 given to us, but what do we want to put?
12 to 14.
I don't think that's going to work, dude. I'm just going to tell you right now, that's not going to fucking work.
That's just disgusting.
You know that's going to just like return you to the page, right? They're going to be like,
no,
my
it's going to
God.
report it to the police.
oh, wait, no, they want us to sign up for that. Well, let's put a real age and see if it just goes through.
Why not 21 to 55? Does anybody really care about age?
Not really.
Now when
I
you're
have a
that
funny
huge-
story. One time, my friend and I, we were trying to get a bunch of spam sent. Oh, so if you put an actual age, it puts you to actual people.
Oh,
I think
we're
I
only...
clicked the
My
wrong
friend-
button. I
Oh,
think I
hold-
clicked
no,
the
no,
wrong
no,
button.
no,
Hold
hold
on.
on.
I did.
We're
Yeah, no, you can.
you can
either
search as a
either browse
non-member.
people.
Yeah,
No,
no
no.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can search only up to 100. Only
Wow.
up to 100. How terrible is that?
Yeah.
So my friend
Oh,
and I,
here
we
we
were
go. Sexy girl, CEXYGIRL. One. That's
trying to
brilliant.
absolutely
She broke the
destroy
mold.
our.
That's original. Here we have this very
I love
large
to snuggle to you.
ham beast of a woman. I love to snuggle to
Oh,
you.
Jesus, dude.
Of course, she's 55.
Of course, you're the
Fuck
one
that.
who says that.
Yeah, no, I'm huge.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if I can have any room to talk at all, I don't give a fuck. Pansy applesauce? What the fuck name is that? I'm not a
Trying to name
toolbox.
it
Please
halfway
don't be a tool. Oh, Jesus Christ. Crazy cat lady in the making seeks knight in shining armor. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. That's just. Who the fuck's gonna respond? Did you want to die alone? Because nobody sees that and goes, "Oh, baby, yeah."
So in
Yeah,
my
I like how absolutely none of them look anything close to the girl in the stock photo in the beginning.
Oh God, no.
we should
Yeah,
see
well.
we should see how terrible the men went on.
In the making.
Oh, that would have been.
No,
we- that on
we should-
purpose.
Pictures all over.
We should really see how terrible the men's one are. Men ones.
Oh God, is the guy one gonna be like, emotionally unavailable?
Looking for a quick fuck.
Looking for a
Yeah,
buy mail. There we go.
fuck.
With no commitment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, my friend and I.
Go
we
from
were-
there. That's the most ridiculously. Everyone knows that, but that's what you look at, dude. Come on. Oh, this is so desperate sounding. Feel free to say hello, even if it isn't to meet romantically. Happy to talk to any members who feel like chatting.
I can't see it.
I can't see it. It doesn't exist.
Oh, did I not? I not share screen?
You
Sorry.
turned on the screen share.
My bad.
Damn it.
All I see is your face. Oh, there you go. Oh, there's.
Look at the
that
second guy.
stash. Oh,
Oh,
look at
yeah.
that stash.
Desperation. Feel free to say hello, even if it isn't to meet romantically. He's happy
Wow,
to talk
see-
to anybody.
Even before I realized,
11 to 12 inches.
I
That's,
read his,
you could have
pathetic
beat someone
message.
to death with that thing, man.
Look at this.
Oh.
And it's probably not true. Look at this scarfed up motherfucker right here. This scarfed up hipster fuck. I'm currently working for a large corporate bank, and I love it. Like, can you just say, like, look, I'm willing to pay for it. I'm so desperate that I will give you money to suck my dick. Yeah.
I think, well, how would the prostitutes, like, you
Oh.
got to do it on the down low if you're a cop otherwise.
This is creepy sounding. I'm not looking for someone I can live with, but someone I cannot live without.
Oh, that's pathetic.
That just give you fucking chills. Like, there's a shrine in this motherfucker's house. Probably more than one.
And it's going to have your hair.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy
God.
who like doesn't wash his pillows after his ex breaks up with him, so he can smell them for another couple weeks.
God. This is actually one that I like. Wild 949, the Bay's #1 hit music station. That's fucking better than any of the other ones. Oh. God.
Oh, shit.
I'm very open as a person, love meeting and talking to new people. Don't be afraid to ask me anything. These just reek of desperation.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm just not up on like what's successful in like dating sites. I don't know. I had to share that site though. I saw that on like a humor site or something, and I'm like, wait, it's a real site with real people? That's amazing.
Dude, remember that one cast that we never really recorded or aired that you brought on a bunch of dating sites? It was like dating for clowns, dating for people between 5'4" and 5'5".
I think those were all fake though, or like had all like failed miserably and were just like offline at that point.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
That's what it was. Like people, the domain names were registered, so we may as well make them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had like a clown. I remember there was one for furries. There was, and they all looked like they were designed in 2002.
Nice.
No later than that. And
So
hadn't been
Taylor
touched in that
Swift
long.
is running the particular dating website.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was
She's
running
running
all
a
of them.
website that's dating?
No, it's the furries dating website.
I
Because
didn't
she's
know
a
the
furry.
joke, but I just assumed.
Oh, you have to. Okay, hold on. Hold on. It's one of her videos. If you look, you have to look at one of her of her music videos where
Okay,
it has a
so-
bunch of like fucking furries in it or people
So
in costumes.
I should be proud for not getting that.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I haven't seen that video. Sorry, man. I don't dislike Taylor Swift, but I'm not like, a mega
I
fan
wouldn't
like
go out
you.
and look on
Oh,
YouTube
I'm
for
totally a
it.
mega fan. Oh yes, totally.
I don't have a shrine.
Yeah, I've signed up for a Christian Mingle account because my friend and I wanted to spam our other friend's email, like beyond use. So we were signing up for all these kinds of newsletters, and we got the genius idea to get on Christian Mingle for 15 minutes, and like absolutely everyone we saw, like, send them a message, try and get them to send us one back, because it sends you an email every time you do that. So we put up a nice fake picture from some hot dude on some obscure PBS reality show. All of our profile things were really silly. Like it was all posts about we just put random Bible quotes that didn't even make any sense or weren't even motivational or anything. I think I used the one that's that's like tells you how to treat your slaves or something.
Something from
And then-
Leviticus.
Yeah, I don't know, probably Leviticus. And then we got tons of messages back though, because when we went to that friend's house the next time, he was like, he called us by the dude's name. He was like, "Hey, Eric." which is what we made the name, and we just acted like we had no idea. So I still don't think. Yeah, he probably knows it's us, but we never told him, and we never will. We're taking that to the grave.
To the grave.
Oh man.
Never again.
So I don't know. I'm guessing nobody saw this because this is a really obscure blog that I saw linked somewhere.
Probably the cut.
This is the most ridiculous story.
Fun fact: the cut is what they call the Maryland State Prison.
Oh, really? That's
I'm assuming this is their blog.
Yeah. Well, this is what open marriage taught one man about feminism. So
Feminism in the cut.
apparently, this dude is for some reason decided that being in an open marriage has something to do with feminism. And that's how he's like justified in his head. Like the whole story. I'm not going to read that much of it.
Seeing my wife railed in front of me really made me realize how equal women should be.
Well, I'm just going to read like a couple small excerpts. There's not too much. As I write this, my children are asleep in their room. Loretta Lynn is on the stereo, and my wife is out on a date with a man named Paulo. It's her second date this week, her fourth this month so far. If it goes like the others, she'll come home in the middle of the night, crawl into bed beside me, and tell me about how she and Paulo had sex. I won't explode with anger or seethe with resentment. I'll tell her it's a hot story, and I'm glad she had fun. It's hot because she's excited, and I'm glad because I'm a feminist. Oh man, so here's the interesting thing about this. His wife wants to have an open marriage, and he justifies it because, well, I'm a feminist, so anything the woman wants, I have to go along with.
Yeah, you can't be masculine and want your wife all to yourself. What are you, from 1950?
Well, and here's the fun part of how he justifies this. And look, I don't give a fuck. If you want to have an open marriage, have an open marriage. But this whole thing fucking reeks of passive-aggressive anger. Like, I don't think this dude is really okay with it.
Oh, no, he probably thinks he's okay with it, but, unconsciously he's seething.
It kind of feels like that. If you read the article, if you want to read the whole thing, it's pretty fucking bizarre.
He probably wrote 10 of these articles with 10 different rationalizations.
Yeah, before he finally published this one. Yeah. When people ask how it started, I say this. We married young. She'd had sex before me, but only with a handful of people a handful of times. She never had a boyfriend, never had a lover. I was the first man she ever had a chance to get to know intimately. By her mid-30s, pardon me, by her mid-30s, having already had our children and entering her sexual prime, she felt keenly her lack of sexual experience. Happily for me, she was willing to talk about it, willing to ask if I'd be open to exploring other options. We opened a bottle of wine and started talking and talking and talking.
Oh my god. Is this guy just gay? Is that what it is?
The thing that gets me is they both go out, they take turns going out and sleeping with other people. So it's like, whatever, dude. My only issue with that, I would just say, is like, me personally, I don't think I'd be down just because there's way too much chance of infection. Like, STDs are real, and if you're just going out and sleeping with random people, that's
you wrap your tool, dude.
Wrap the tool.
You don't be a fool.
Even then, you can still get warts. Warts, herpes. There's a bunch of stuff you can get with a condom.
I think that HPV vaccine.
That's true, but I mean, a lot of that stuff. I mean, a lot of that stuff can be played pretty 100%. Safe. No, they are.
The more people you're sleeping with, the more likely shit's going to go wrong. Like, something's going to break. One of the person's going to just have a drunken moment where they forget, and they just don't realize it because, whatever.
Yeah, possibly.
Do what you want, just, accept that there are a lot of negative possible consequences, and don't try to pretend those aren't there.
That's because Stabby fucks around with hoes. That's why he's scared.
No, Stabby has realistic view of the world. I'm a glass half empty person, and that statistically means I see the world more accurately than people who are glass half full.
No, that means you're a pessimist.
No, pessimists generally see the world in a more accurate light than whatever those other faggots are.
Oh, wow, that's cold-blooded, dude.
Optimists, whatever those unrealistic dreaming ponce bastards are. No, it's actually true. Like they've done studies.
Well, I can imagine.
But just what interests me is how it just sounds so passive aggressive, and he's like, it's because I'm a feminist. I'm like, no, it's because you guys want to fuck people. There's nothing wrong with that. You just want to go out and fuck a lot of people. Go out and
Except
fuck a
you,
lot of people.
obviously.
It's nothing to do with gender politics, you fucking wacko.
And I mean, as long as you wear it on your sleeve like that, then yeah. If it's just fine to have open relationships. I actually know
Yeah.
several people who do, and
They-
they have perfectly happy relationships.
Yeah,
You know,
they're both down with it, so who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how it makes you a better feminist. That's so ridiculous. Oh,
I mean, I
God.
could see people using it as an example, but I don't think it would just make you a good feminist. Like, I would see it as, just being a more open-minded person in general. Like, I guess that would also include being a good feminist, but I mean, it could also mean being a being a good anything.
I don't know that it even makes you a more open-minded person.
I mean, yeah, you can even not. You could be a person who doesn't do it and still just understands it and finds it okay, and that makes you just as open
Well,
a
that
person.
to me says open-minded, but the other one just like you could be a bigot and be like sleeping with a lot of other people. You just don't sleep with any of them black people. You
Yeah.
know, like it's not. I mean, it's not really necessarily open-minded to be in an open relationship, but I can see how it would tend towards more likely that they would be open-minded.
Yeah, it comes well unless you're a dick about it, which then I mean that brings a whole nother I guess concept to the table. But if you're just the one, kind of like the ones in the article, if you're in it for being in a relationship and having it open, it's kind of like a mindset really. They also kind of, at least all the relationships I know or the people I know, it seems that it's a general mindset that you have. It's kind of an understanding between like all parties.
To me, the whole article feels like two people who are staying together for the sake of the kids and have deluded themselves into thinking that an open relationship is like what they really want. I think what they really want is just to be separated, but they're like, well, financially it makes more sense. We're going to keep the kids. We're just not going to, worry about who we are the other person sleeping with anymore.
If they really wanted it, they wouldn't, he wouldn't have had to write this big, long article about it written in fucking, fancy English just to, rationalize his decision.
English.
Yeah, and to be fair, I've known other people who are in open relationships, and they don't view it that way.
Yeah.
They look at it as just like, I love more than one person, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's generally they make it about love, not about the sex part of it. And frankly, I don't give a fuck because unless it's somebody I'm dating, I don't give a damn who they're fucking sticking it in. Like, it's none of my goddamn business.
Oh god, that's fantastic.
Yeah, who they're sticking it in, who's sticking it in them, that's none of my fucking concern.
Nope, none of class works either. None of it.
That's the point. As long as you're happy.
Exactly.
Well, as long as everyone's happy. I mean, because
as long as everybody's aware and has agreed.
Yes, consent.
You don't have to be happy. I don't care if you're happy about it, but if you said that was fine, then you really don't get to bitch later.
Class work doesn't even go that far. We don't even care who agreed or who didn't, It's none of our business.
We don't even care about our own opinion.
Nope.
Oh, man.
This message is brought to you by Class Corp and the word consent.
The only thing I would probably recommend is if you're going to do the whole
Mike,
sign some form of contract.
Mike.
What up, yo?
Eeyore's here. I mean, Mike's here.
What's up, Mike?
I would have been here like 15 minutes earlier, but then Skype decided to shit on me.
Oh, did you at least clean yourself off first?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you ever do to technology that it just hates you? Like any game we play, you always have
It
10
started
different
it.
issues.
It's like we're gonna start a GoFundMe project that gets you a better computer or gets you better internet and gets Stabby a better computer.
Let's just get enough money to hire
some internet, okay?
Yeah, it's my internet that's fucked. My computer works great.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
so internet for everybody.
We need a witch doctor for Mike because somebody put a hex on him.
Yeah. Sprinkle
You
some
put a
blood
spell
on
on
me.
Yeah. Do you have a goat or something to sacrifice?
Chicken blood.
Chicken won't work. It's too
Chicken
cheap.
blood.
God doesn't like that.
No.
He likes to be wined and dined properly on his first date.
Good. So what are we talking about?
Man. Oh, we were talking about open marriages. We think we were almost done though.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only thing I would recommend, personally, I just say if you're going to have an open relationship and you're married to somebody, y'all both better make some sort of contract and sign that shit so that everybody knows, everybody's aware, because it would be real simple to be like, oh yeah, honey, we're in an open relationship.
Get a prenup, is what you're
And
saying.
then, she goes off or he goes off and sleeps with another person, and then whoever the other person is has him tailed and, photographed and I want a divorce and I'm taking all the shit with me.
Oh, yeah.
So I would just say you probably want to sign some shit just to be on the safe side.
Are we at that point? You remember the Dave Chappelle sketch where you had to get a signature for consensual sex?
Oh God, he was so ahead of his time.
Have we actually reached that point? Is there going to be an app?
I think
there is an app for that.
Tap here, baby.
Oh.
There's legitimately an app for that.
I'm not surprised.
And
That's
so
amazing.
basically what you do is
That shit can go wrong real fast.
you open your app and you put in I want to have sexual relation with, and then you put the person's name first and last, and then you point the camera at them, and your phone will literally through the speakers be like, do you want to have sexual relations with this person? And it will record them saying, yes, I do.
And then you put on the VR headset.
By the
Well,
time
and then it uploads immediately. Then it uploads to a server that stores it for I think 10 years or something like that.
Holy
Oh, wow.
shit.
That's a while.
That's the statute of limitations. The class group doesn't care.
But before you get to that app, you have to show the other app, the I'm Rich app, that costs $10,000, and it's a picture of a diamond or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit was hilarious. I remember that. No, it's just man, I hope a lot of people bought that dumbass shit.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We should
Oh, my
totally
God.
make one of those.
That sounds awesome. And we'd be millionaires.
I'm a piece of shit app for 99 cents.
Yeah.
Just it should be a badge with the words, I'm a piece of shit, and then maybe an eagle or something. I don't know. Whatever the police department has, just copy it from them. But I bought a game recently, Rocket League. It's about $20, and it's a really fun
Rocket
game.
League?
Yeah.
That sounds like the sequel to
Yeah.
Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
It absolutely is.
That was a PS3 exclusive and one of my favorite games.
Yep, and now it's on PC, and it's fucking excellent, and you should get it if you don't already have it.
I already have it.
This podcast brought to you by Rocket League.
Yeah. Brought to you by Psionics. Ding.
Yeah.
Yay!
A subsidiary of Class Corp.
So I'm guessing we should all buy Rocket League and have a Let's Play of that.
All by Rocket League.
Oh, I've
by
already
Rocket
done it.
League.
Oh, okay.
I'm still
It's
open.
really
I'm
fun,
not
and
sure.
it's got that,
Okay,
a
so
lot
let's
element to
then
it.
all buy Rocket League, and then the three of us without Stabby can play Rocket League.
Well,
and do
if
a
you're all
Let's
going to
Play.
get it for a Let's Play, I'll probably do it. But I'm just not a big fan of soccer type games or any kind of sports games, so I don't know.
Everybody's doing
it's
it,
not
man.
a sports game. It's like it's I don't know.
racing.
Yeah,
and
it's racing
sports.
sports.
It's racing, which is a sport, and soccer, which is also a sport.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn
it's,
it.
it's more
It's
of
a
an
sports game.
arcade game than like a FIFA type game.
I mean, it's not serious, right? It's just
No.
every sort of chaos stuff. Because
Yeah.
I might be
Oh,
I
it's
might be
chaos.
okay with that.
So it's pretty much Stabby fucking with us and not actually playing the game.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Oh god, so this is great. This dude literally filmed two teenagers dying from a vehicle accident instead of helping them in any way, and then tried to sell the footage to the local media.
What?
Yeah,
think
well,
I
luckily he
think I've seen
opened the
this.
door to get a better shot.
Can't you just go to jail for that?
No, not
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
Actually,
No,
you
actually,
can.
can't
No,
film. You can't film people dying.
Laws?
I mean,
Uh,
not helping
no.
someone that clearly needs help.
You
no.
can't just
I
film
think if you-
somebody who's dying. It's
If you
illegal to
didn't
film them.
them,
That's
then it would have been
crazy.
legal. But you can not
I
help
mean-
anyone you don't want to.
Besides
Yeah,
the
you don't
moral
have to.
implications,
I think it's also negligence.
it's also
No.
just the most horrible thing to do ever. Like, how
Especially if
fucking
you don't
is
have
that?
training. If you don't
Jesus.
have first aid or CPR training or anything like that, you're not required to get involved.
Oh,
Even if you're a
God.
doctor, you're not required to get involved.
I guess there's that. I mean, I always assume that if you have the opportunity to assist in some way, but I guess you really don't have any legal obligation.
No,
Or
there are
just-
some places
You're just a dick. That's really that's just
It's like,
it.
well, there was
Well,
this kid caught in the well, but I didn't want to get sued, so it's like, eh.
What he did was he actually opened the car door to get better footage of them dying, And that's
Did he hold
that's
the
where he
phone
actually
sideways?
violated the law and was able to be arrested and charged.
There you go.
That's where
Good
they
job,
drew the line.
dumbass.
Was it Grand Theft Auto or something?
I don't know, but I heard a different story.
America's
on the
Worst
radio.
Samaritan?
Yeah,
He's not a
America's Worst
Samaritan at all. What the fuck?
It's fucking
Yeah,
problems
wow.
with that guy, man. Jesus Christ.
But there was another story where a woman was trapped in her car as it was burning in a gas station,
Yay.
and a group of people gathered, and all of them filmed it instead of doing anything to help, except for like one 19-year-old dude who ran in and like punched the fucking window out of the car and got her out.
Damn.
Oh,
Like
wow.
he totally saved her
Yeah.
life because as soon as
He's
he
a
got her
man.
out and away, it literally engulfed in flames.
Wow, his balls just like swelled up like crazy,
Yeah,
and he just
yeah.
went in there,
He's the
kicked some
vamp.
ass, takes some names.
I think it was a Mexican dude, which really, they're hard workers.
Oh, yeah. He was
I
paid
hope-
50 cents for that.
And we can only hope that he was immediately deported after
Is
this.
that like
That seems like
50
more American than the Americans that were hanging out.
Yeah, that's wow. That's
No,
Actually, I think it was
Ameri-
like Puerto
I think
Rican
the
or
American
something
thing
like
to do is
That's
to
an awesome
turn your
fucking
back
story,
and walk
actually.
away with indifference.
Did
So-
they at least turn their cell phone sideways so you get the proper
Oh,
aspect ratio?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
you don't
bugs-
have like
that would
that
bug me more than
widescreen
anything.
black bar
I hate
shit.
that.
Oh
Yep.
god.
Well, you know what? He might have been a Samaritan.
Yeah.
A Samaritan is a
He might have
charitable
been-
or helpful person. That's one definition. The second is a member of a people inhabiting Samaria in biblical times,
There you go.
or of the modern community in the region of Nablus, claiming descent from them.
Yeah, he could be 3,000 years old. We don't know.
Well, I mean, he could be from Nablus. If he was from Nablus,
Yeah.
where they
Sumer.
claim to be descended from Sumerians, he might be a Samaritan.
He's from Necklace.
Necklace.
Yeah.
Did he go to
It's very
Jared?
fancy.
Huh?
Did he go to Jared?
I have
Like-
no idea. I just fucking around.
He took it.
You were taking that one way too seriously.
I don't know. I was just trying to string off of it.
Remember
You
that
guys totally-
guy on the road that needed help? And
No.
then the good Samaritan came by?
Oh yeah, that classic Bible story. That guy he got a flat tire sitting on the side of the road. It's dark at night or something.
I got a flat mule.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to crank start the mule.
Yeah,
God
he
damn it.
needed spark plugs, didn't have any, loaned him back the week before to his dad. It's just a bad situation, and that one guy helped him. His name? Jesus.
Yeah.
Someone,
The
I actually have an article to try to keep this thing going for a
Oh
little
man,
bit.
I actually have a great idea for a presentation now. The Bible as told by Untitled Studios.
Oh yes, I am
Please do
all
that.
over that shit.
I will.
This is gonna be awful. Technology is failing me. I can't screen share.
No.
No,
In the beginning,
But
there
it's all
was
up to you.
times.
I failed you. I failed you all.
Oh, you could just describe the article to us in gross detail.
I mean, I guess I can, but
Very gross.
it just doesn't do it justice. There's an awesome picture and everything.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Link it to someone who can share.
That's my favorite part of the article. How am I supposed to experience it without the picture?
Okay, here. Hold on.
Link it
Hold on.
to staff of your class
Boom.
or someone.
Fuck,
Okay.
that's not it.
That's not it.
Fuck.
Hey, you want to join the hangout?
Oh, join the hangout. Stupid. There.
Ah,
There.
That
Yeah.
one.
God, I hope this
All right,
is right.
hold on. Screen sharing. Screen 2.
And done.
Did we do it? Yay!
Woohoo!
This had better be fucking worth it. This was a lot of work.
It's a gigantic
I
fucking
found-
pool.
I found this article on the internet. I think a friend sent it to me.
Deepest. Ooh. Okay,
I can't imagine who it is.
I'm intrigued.
But no, look at this fucking thing. Talk about the deep end.
100. Wow, 164 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get fucking scuba gear to get down that far.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, you could
Right.
probably get the bends going down that far, can't you?
Probably.
Maybe.
I think if you went up too fast.
I cannot get to the bottom of that pool.
Yeah, I get maybe the. Was it probably the? Was that 70
I'd
feet
stay
right
right
there
up
for
in the
fisting?
shallow
10 feet?
section, 2-3 feet at the most. I just do not like dunking my head under.
You just can't swim.
No, I can swim. Swim just
Okay.
fine. If I needed to survive, I
Just
could swim. But,
doesn't want to.
That looks like a fun place to go swimming, though. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily want to try to go all the way down, but
Yeah, no, I'm good.
because
So,
one of the
yeah,
things that's fun is you take those weighted rings, you throw them in the pool, and then you dive down and get them. I can
It's-
see that going wrong in this case fairly easily. Like the kid gets all the way down there, I got it. Oh, that's really far away now. I'm screwed.
I can't hold my blah 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 blah.
Maybe he'll evolve gills if he's a vegetarian. That might work.
yeah,
So
that's
how's
how
it-
evolution works.
So why is it a space pool again?
Because it can be used to simulate the microgravity of space.
Oh,
For like space training, they get into pools with their
Yeah.
spacesuits on and practice
I've
doing
seen
shit.
that. Yep.
And it's in space. Essex University in space. They're planning a space campus on Mars or
Yeah.
Pluto. That's why that mission was going out there.
Pluto's a planet again.
Is it?
This is my other one. If you guys got
Okay.
the ping on
It's
Skype.
a planet again.
Hold on, I'm
It's a
sharing.
planet again. Yes, go
Did
Pluto.
they like bend the rules just so it could be a planet again?
I don't know.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure they
Shit.
changed it back.
Shit, they caught us.
Wow.
Oh, good way to look at that. I like that.
Yay.
All right, so we've been found out. I'm gonna guess we only have a couple minutes left on the podcast because the feds are on the way.
Yep.
So we can probably
$240
end
million
soon.
worth of cocaine.
That's a lot of
Someone
coke.
get cut up with a chainsaw.
154 million.
Someone fell in the wood chipper
Pounds.
again.
You know,
Which I'm told is real money.
Thought this was America. Thought we had some freedom here, but apparently not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like whoever is responsible for that getting caught is definitely going to get fucking chopped up with a chainsaw and left in the road.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Random body found in Columbia. I guess found in Columbia.
I like the.
Wasn't responsible for it. If they were just nearby when it happened, they're probably going to get taken out by their fucking
The drug
2,000
cartels.
pounds.
Yeah, the cartels, they get really creative with their punishments. They'll like chop people up and put them in a salad or something.
Oh, that's actually almost a ton of cocaine.
So they just like filled a tanker with it.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
1,713
I'm hauling
pounds.
gas or whatever.
That's a. How much? How can you make that much cocaine? Like, is it that
dude,
easy to
they
make?
do it.
Grow everywhere.
I guess. Oh yeah, it's a
South
plant.
American-
It's
above a certain like.
right. It's a part of
elevation.
a plant.
You
It's
gotta
not
get your-
like methamphetamines.
You got to get your coke plantation going.
Just
Mhm.
had a little brain fart there.
Squeeze the extract out of the plants and then break it down with I think hydrochloric acid, if I'm not
What you gotta
mistaken.
do, you gotta get yourself about 5 or 6 strong Negroids.
Oh wait, no, there's another thing.
I guess I'm more thinking of how the fuck do you hide all that without it being noticed somewhere?
Oh, well, they did
Like,
notice
that's
it.
a
I think-
lot of coke.
Okay, think about this. That's just probably a normal shipment.
And you know
Like,
what?
that's just one.
So
That's
much
probably
coke.
not enough to make or break somebody. That's probably just one shipment of
You
many.
know what? This is
Oh
is
no, it
still
broke
not-
somebody.
Still not enough coke to pay off all your debts.
It broke somebody for sure. It's not financially broke somebody.
No,
That-
whoever was
That
driving
might
the
have,
truck.
that
is
might have
screwed.
just been one. That's just this week's truck.
Another one will be back
Which
tomorrow.
is just mind blowing.
That's the
I mean-
one that got caught. Imagine all the ones that just don't.
Pitbull's got to be pissed. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Pitbull kind of looks like
That's a lot of money though. 240 million.
No, I'm kidding. That probably is a really terrible thing to say, but
He does look like an '80s cartel player.
He does.
I know, right?
I think it's.
Darling. So,
See Reddit front page and who is the best example?
I think it's